The other topic I can go into is how I got a motorcycle at 19. This is going to be a touchy subject, I guess, in terms of, you know, age or whatever, but I guess I'll start with, I'll take it all the way back to high school, my freshman year. I think I stumbled upon Do It With Dan, and I'll link it. I think it was the Wanna Race video with the cop. I think that was the first like moto vlog of his that I saw, and then I kind of kept watching his stuff more and more, and that's kind of how I was got interested in a bike. To be honest, I never thought I was gonna ride. I was always like, classic muscle cars, like that's what I want to do. I'm fine with that, like riding scary as shit, right? But then like I realized how much kind of fun it could be, and like it's a much different experience than being in a car. And I was like, yeah, after watching that I was like, gotta give this a shot. Throughout high school I was really interested in, like, the interest kept growing and growing, and like I guess I never put into perspective how young I was, right? Like at 19 many people don't have bikes, I would say. It's kind of rare to find people this young, and I'm really grateful that I was able to end up with one and stuff and be able to ride. Like that's up to my parents, and that was a good move. And like, to be honest, now thinking back on myself, I don't know if I would let my kid ride unless I was riding with him. Prior to last summer, I was looking to sign up for the MSF course, right? And through my state, it's $20 and it's refundable if you really want it to be. Signed up for one that was a 2-day course, and I'm really glad I didn't do that one because it was either 2 or 3 day. I don't remember, but it was a lot shorter of a course. And I'm glad I didn't end up doing that one because the 4-day had me learn a lot more stuff. That's a big plane. That's a nice chunky plane. So anyway, I was driving to the course. It's at a local community college, and it was all my fault, but I showed up a single minute late, like exactly 60 seconds past the clock. I think it started at 6 o'clock, and I was there. I had walked in at 6:01, and they gave away my seat. And the thing is with this, the $20 basically, if you don't show up, you end up paying it forward. There's like a walk-in type thing, and which means there's, I think it was like 12 seats or whatever. There's 12 seats in a class, and then you can show up and, you know, act as a walk-in, where if somebody like myself didn't make it, doesn't show up, the walk-in, there's a lottery, you get the spot, right? Which is kind of bogus, but whatever. Back to that school, another day, and now I'm acting as a walk-in, and, you know, I get fucked over by the lottery system, even though I was the first one there. I think there were 5 people and, you know, 4 spots left, and I was the only one that didn't get the spots. That kind of sucked. Had to do it. So I ended up going to a different, you know, campus or whatever to try and take it over there, and I ended up getting as a walk-in. That was the 4-day course. Oh, fuck you guys. Maybe they're going to Taco Tuesday. So I got into there, and I ended up taking that course, and that was how that worked. But prior to that, I had bought this bike, I think, at the start of June. The course was like, I kind of want to turn around and go back after those guys. The course was in June, or it was like June 30th was when my original like signed up date was. I bought this bike like at the beginning of June. You know, I took out some cash out of my bank account, and after work one day, I went over and bought this thing. I did not tell my parents, which, like, you would think like, oh, you're so lucky or whatever, you have the bike, it's fine, like, you know, so easy. But like, I dealt with the consequences. I got yelled at really bad, and like, I really don't cry, and I cried that day. I cried that whole fucking night. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was brutal. And like, I think I went like a month with like very tense relationship between my parents and stuff, and you know, that was the consequence that I dealt with. And there were certain things like, you know, I can't ride highways, can't do this and that, and you got to deal with it. Like, I understand it. Why is this person driving so fast? Basically, the only way I got the bike, I ended up buying it on my own without telling them, which, if they really don't let you, that's kind of what you're stuck with doing, and you have to decide on whether or not you're gonna, you know, accept the consequences of that. Will it work out in the end? Like my case, don't know. That's kind of between you and your family and stuff like that. So that's how that went. I bought this bike. I actually bought gear prior to that, like way before. So I had all my gear, which I ride in all gear except for pants right now. I need better. You know, these are just regular jeans. I think I'm gonna buy the like Kevlar liners so I can just put on any pants over them. But I got, what are these? I think these are TCX boots. They're the brown ones, like above the ankle. A Revit jacket, which is really nice mesh. It breathes air. A little chilly right now. Joe Rocket Supermoto gloves. Got good protection, but thin enough to where you still have some feel. And then HJC, I think it's the 17, CL17 or something. It's the Iron Man helmet. I'm rocking the clear visor right now because I know I'm going to be out a little bit after dark, and I'm not trying to, one, get shit in my eyes and have to wear the visor up with the, because I usually have the gold mirrored visor usually, so it kind of, you know, completes the Iron Man helmet look or whatever. You're going to need gear. You're going to need a bike, probably a class somehow to get your license, and that's how it went. And you know, after I took the course and everything, went and got this thing plated, registered, insured, like full coverage, like basically to the max. Like some of the numbers are kind of ridiculous on there. I think I pay about $450 for the entire year, which isn't, I don't know, to me that's not terrible for something like this, I guess. And that's how you can get a bike at this early of an age if you really want to, I guess. But like, I'm telling you, it wasn't easy. I had to deal with a lot of shit, and like, I 100% understand it. Like, I understood what the consequences were going to be, and it worked out in the end, basically. But the other thing I should mention is you have to show them, like, you know, that you're in it for more than to be that fucking cool kid on the bike or whatever, or just like, your reasons need to be really sincere and like good. Like, you can't be like, oh, showing them like ripping like 150 on the highway or something like that and be like, see, look, this is sick, mom, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, no parent's gonna let you do that, right? And like, granted, I did watch a lot of like moto vloggers and, you know, stunt riders. Thank Wheelie, Do It With Dan. Who else can I think of? Walterific a little bit. Sub D's a big one. I'm definitely forgetting people, but that's the other thing. You kind of have to show what your intentions are and stuff. And like, I had always done stuff, and they're like, oh, you're always watching that stuff. That's what you're gonna do. And like, not yet. Not with this thing. In a lot and safe environment and stuff like that. You gotta have, you know, gear, take the course, show like that you're really in it for the right reasons and you're not just doing it to be the cool kid. Because I know quite a, I mean, I only know like 4 or 5 people that ride from like high school and stuff like that. One or two of them are like, one for sure is definitely like big gearhead and stuff, and you know, really doing it for the right reasons. The other pretty sure, and then the third kid, I don't see this guy ride at all and that much, and it's just like, I think it was to be like the guy that, you know, out of that friend group that rode and stuff like that, and not just doing it for the love of it. Well, I'll recap again. You're gonna need gear, buy the bike, take the course. Buying the bike's probably gonna be the hardest part, and that's something you'll have to end up working on. Like I said, your parents are gonna let you, and you can probably, the best case would be to go do it with them. If you're buying used, buying new, do it with them. Not in my case where I did it on my own. And it should end up working out. And just make sure like your intentions are correct and like what you show them, because that's going to have a big effect on it.
If you want this, I got to come get this, I gotta be. Yeah, everything you want me to be, babe. You know I'm loyal, this hand is royal. It don't get no better than